Welcome to Herf Zone Live. Sorry about that. The show where we have the most eclectic lineup of guests, of which some smoke cigars and some who don't. Either way, we bring you the best content weekly. Herf Zone Live is sponsored by StogieLives.com, a social media site just for cigar smokers. Sign up for free and connect with cigar lovers from all over the world. Set up with similar features to Facebook and other social media sites. You can grow your network, start groups, post events, and see why everyone is talking about StogieLives.com. Make sure to connect with Team Shirtless Mike and Herf Zone Live and tell me you came because of the show. Team Shirtless Mike and Herf Zone Live are also getting behind a special project with Ace Prime Cigars and Stogie Press. They are working to raise money for a daycare center in Jalapa, Nicaragua, to help out workers in the cigar industry, among helping in other ways. As you know, Nicaragua has a lot of poverty, and in Jalapa, there is massive amounts of need. There is also a lot of cigars are produced there, so I'm getting behind this, along with others in the cigar industry, to make a difference. The link to the Stogie Press article is in the show description. You can learn more about the project and make a donation by clicking the link in the description. Together, we can achieve more. Tell a friend to tell a friend. So, I'm so sorry for the technical issues. Cedric's the only one that really saw it before I went live, but I want to apologize for that, for starting just a little bit late. Seems like we're going to go good now. So, waiting in the New England Cigar Militia Green Room. Check out NewEnglandCigarMilitia.com. We have Sedrick Dunson, owner of Phat Ash Collection. Welcome to Herf Zone Live. Let me bring him up on the stage here, and we can get this thing started.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
When it allows me to put him on.
I think I'm here.
I can hear you. It's take a second for my things on the flow. But it will show you already to the people, but for me, for whatever reason, so that's something that's in the works there, because this is like probably like the worst it's ever been. Before my internet's good, but it's just the device. So how you been, brother?
Hey man, I'm doing good. It might be time to do a computer upgrade.
I'm gonna be doing that very soon. Trust me. I just, I got some things in the works, and I got to make. But for right now, I got to stick with what I got to keep things going. So what you smoking on today, brother? I need to light up the cigar for the show. And what you smoking on?
I just lit up the New World Cameroon.
Nice. I'm a huge AJ fan, so that's a good cigar.
Yeah, I like AJ. It's one of my top 5 cigar brands.
Definitely.
I love
definitely, and of course, oh yeah, that's a good tobacco, man, for sure. And it's really hard to work with. So like those who do have Cameroon wrapper cigars, there's very few of them, and there's very few of them that have, it's just that seed. So it's pretty cool. So once I let this up, we'll get the interview started.
All right. Yeah, the Cameroon, I like smoking it in the morning with coffee, or either I like smoking in the early evening. It's not really that one, because normally you like to have a take it to the head cigar at night. The last one for the night is the knockout punch.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So we'll get started here. I just lit up a Shriner by Hiram and Solomon. Awesome cigar.
Right.
I love their cigars. They make some awesome cigars. So we'll get into this here. Let me see. There's probably a bunch of comments because I've just been flooded with issues. So let's see. Got a few people in the comments I'm going to show before we get the interview started here. If it comes up. Yeah, there it goes. Shouts out to my boy Rando Ash King. There's more people that will show up eventually, but let's get started here. So where are you originally from? Where did you grow up? All that good stuff.
Well, I was born in Buffalo, New York. Since I was born in Buffalo, many people say I'm not from New York, which I'm not from New York. I'm from I was born in Buffalo, New York, and then from there, my family lives in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I lived there for a short time. Then moved to Goldsboro, North Carolina, which is a small town right outside of. It's about an hour away from Raleigh, North Carolina. Moved there. Then I moved here to Atlanta for about a year and a half. Spent a little time here. Then moved back to Goldsboro. Actually, moved back to Goldsboro when my grandmother passed away of terminal cancer. And so my mom and I moved back to Goldsboro. I graduated from high school there, and then went on to North Carolina State University, home of the Wolfpack.
Awesome. As far as the New York thing, because my mom and grandmother, they're from upstate New York, Geneva, New York area. So,
Yeah.
but people always ask me if I'm from New York. I'm like, no, I'm straight out of Florida. But, so, I know how it is because I got family, outside of, upstate New York. So, so what was it like growing up in your family? Were there any cigar smokers in your family?
None, no cigar smokers. I had my my great grandmother used to dip snuff.
I bet she whooped your ass too.
And did indeed. At the ripe old age of, even when she died when she was 92, she still tried to strap me one time when I was a grown man. But but no, I didn't have any cigar smokers growing up. As a matter of fact, my mom used to smoke cigarettes, and she stopped smoking cigarettes because I couldn't breathe around the smoke. So it's so very interesting how I actually got into the cigar lifestyle, because smoke was seemed like it was just killing me.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. But so, the smoke was killing you, but how did you eventually get into the cigar lifestyle?
Well, one night, my brother and I were out shooting pool, and he pulls out 2 cigars, and he said, "Come on, man, you gonna smoke this cigar with me?" I said, "No, man, I'm not smoking no cigar with you. I can't even breathe around smoke." And he said, "Come on, man, this is the thing to do. Everybody's getting into cigars." He said, "You really enjoy it?" I said, "No, sir, no, thank you." So he went ahead and cut both of them, and then he went and he lit both of them. I said, "Well, you about to waste a cigar because I'm not smoking a cigar." So 5 minutes, 10 minutes go by. He's like, "Man, don't let my cigar go to waste." So I went ahead, smoked the cigar, and I was so relaxed. I enjoyed it so much. And from there, I started smoking about once a week for about 4 or 5 months, and then gradually went to every weekend. And then next thing you know, I'm in the game every day.
Hmm. And so, what kind of cigars do you typically smoke? Do you have a favorite strength profile or blend that you like to smoke? What about a favorite brand?
Well, I have many different brands that I really like. I like AJ, which we talked about earlier. I love the Caldwell. I love the K by Karen. Um, excuse me. And I also love the My Fathers. My flavor profile is typically a medium to full, um, with 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 um, with spice. I mean, because I love spice. But the
Hmm.
thing that has happened since the pandemic, I found myself smoking more earlier in the morning and in the early afternoon. So now I kind of gravitated more so to mild and medium cigars because I love smoking it with coffee. Um,
Yeah.
but my favorite cigar is the Padron 1964. That's my favorite cigar, and that's one that I smoke special occasions, when I do something really big that I want to celebrate. I mean, that's what I had. The I had that when my son graduated, and also when he signed his letter of intent to go to college. So that's one that I just smoke every now and then because it is my favorite stick. So it's not one that I smoke all the time, but I have to say that's probably my favorite.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people could say that because Padron, man, I love Padrones too, man. I wish I was a millionaire so I could smoke, 3 to 5 every day. But
Man,
I keep it under the $10 range for right now. But
well, I'm gonna say I probably keep mine under 7. So you're a little richer than me.
no, I'm not even. I say under $10. That means like $10 is as much as I'll spend on a cigar. But I definitely, it's closer to like $7, $8 under that. but I just give that as a gauge. So
Yeah, and what I've learned is that when you start smoking every day, you can find some very good cigars under $10 for when you're smoking every day. When you want to do something different on the weekend, you'll probably kick it up a little bit or whatever the case. But that's why I really try to find some very good cigars that are $10 and under.
definitely. And so let's talk about Phat Ash. Where did you get the idea to start a clothing company and eventually an entire movement with events and everything in between?
Well, actually threw the name out to a lounge owner one time that was looking to change the name of his business, and and I said it jokingly, but I was serious, and everybody thought it was joking. So, and that was about 4 years actually before I started. So what happened? My wife is a consultant, so she normally leaves on Sunday and come back home on Thursday. And during the time, my son was in school, so we was getting through high school, and so we made a decision that after he graduated from high school, that whatever I could do on the road, because I was working for a copier company at the time, and I went to them and said, could I do some consulting instead of just being an employee? So I manage about 75 accounts for them. I kind of still do that. But I said that when we went on the road, I said, I want something to do. I mean, because it's not like I'm going to go from place to place and put in job applications, because then my resume would be look like it got shot at close range with a shotgun, right?
Yep. Career
So
suicide.
exactly. It just wouldn't make sense. Because some places we go, we're there for 3 months, some places 6 months, some places 10 months. So it really kind of fluctuates depending on the contract. So it was, we were going to be leaving January 2019. In November 2018, I said, well, I'm heavy into the cigar lifestyle, so why don't I try to do something in the lifestyle? So I came up with the name Phat Ash. And so I worked with the Lovers team. They're a branding company, and we took about a couple of months and we came up with the logo. And then January 17th, I did a soft launch. I had a lot of my friends there for my birthday, as well as I wanted to soft launch the brand, just to kind of see how they would react to the brand, if they like the logo, if they like the colors, and all of that. And it was very well received. And then from there, I just started with a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a hoodie, and a sweatshirt. That's where I started. Those were all the products I carried, and I only carried them in red, black, and white. That was it.
Yeah, typical colors.
I mean, I thought they just looked good with the logo, right? So that's how it
Yeah.
started. So so we were in New Jersey at the time, and I was starting to get out and exposing people to the brand. It was very well received, and I started getting a few hits, and people started buying the brand and really liked it. So March, a very good friend of mine, Amanda Boone, we were talking. I said, what do you think about us starting a cigar group? And then she was like, yeah, but how can we make our group different, because there's so many groups out there? And I said, we really need to start this movement. I mean, we really need to start, people just really buying into not only the Phat Ash brand, but just the idea of a Phat Ash. I mean, because Phat Ash is really a part of the cigar lifestyle, because many people like to hold a Phat Ash on their cigar just for fun, but also having a Phat Ash on your cigar or with your cigar, it speaks to the structure and the quality of the cigar. So there definitely is some meaning behind it by having a Phat Ash on your cigar with your cigar. So I said, let's start this movement, and we did. We started that on March 22nd, so we'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary on March 22nd of this month. And then from there, it just kind of grew. Once the pandemic hit, I mean, it really kind of took off then, because more people were at home, more people were smoking, and things like that. I mean, we were probably adding 1,000 members a month starting March of this year. And I mean, it's been a very, very good ride.
Definitely. And one thing I like about Phat Ash is that you have a lot of clothing for the ladies, which it isn't as prevalent with cigar clothing companies unless it's female owned. But does your wife offer her expertise and input when it comes to female clothing, or do you have someone to consult with, or do you just put your logo on it and just keep it moving?
Well, I have I have my admin team that I run a lot of ideas by that I'm thinking about. I also have different friends that I run things by. Also, people approach me and they say, "Have you thought about putting your logo on this? Is this something that you can get for me?" I mean, I had a really good friend to come to me about the leggings. I mean, I really hadn't thought about carrying leggings, but he said, "Dad, if you had some leggings with Phat Ash on, that would be hot." So I said, "Okay, well, let me see if I can find some leggings," and I was able to find it. But my
Yeah.
wife, she does kind of, I do kind of run things by her as well, just to kind of see exactly what she feels about it. But oftentimes, I have so many ideas that I have going on all the time. Everybody knows, I'm in the lab all the time. I call it in the lab because I just sit here
Yeah.
and I just come up with all these creative juices, and I just put some things together and make it work.
Definitely. So, do you have a drop ship company that prints everything, or do you just keep physical product and ship it yourself? I know some people do kind of both or whatever.
Yeah, I do POD, print on demand, and the reason why is because with the pandemic, it just didn't make sense to have a lot of product on hand and it's sitting in the
Mhm.
corner, not knowing when you're going to be able to move it. I
Yeah,
do have a lot of product on hand when I do events and things of that nature. That's when I start carrying more product. And so once the events start, I probably have more in house. But currently at the time, I do more POD.
yeah. I'm pretty much the same way because I don't want to have a bunch of stuff like sitting there. When people order it, they'll get it. It comes in within 2 weeks or less.
Hmm.
And all that good stuff. So there's over 13,000 people in the Fat Ash group. It seems like overnight the numbers just jumped. I think I was in there somewhere around like 3 to 5,000 members. How
Yeah, you
long did
were.
it take? How long did it take for the Fat Ash group to get to those numbers, and how do you manage such a large group? Because your team is definitely on top of it. They took stuff down that it was cigar related, but it didn't really look cigar related at first. I had to come to you and be like, "Yo, like they're taking my stuff down." Like I wasn't mad, but they're definitely on top of it, which I was impressed with.
Yeah. So, well, we're right at about 13,500, and we started March 22nd of 2019. So that's 2 years um, that we've been on this journey. And I mean, it is hopping. It's a very active group. The admin team, they're absolutely amazing. And the reason how we're able to stay on top of it, I think I have about 20 or 21 admins.
Hmm.
And the reason why I have so many is for that particular reason. I mean, the other thing that's a lot of people don't see is that when things happen, when people are being disrespected for whatever reason, or things are said out of line, typically there's somebody there that can catch that and address it or remove the person from the group. We keep overly sexual pictures out of the group. Uh, Anything that's not cigar related, as you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's why I try to make sure like it has like is very clear. That way they don't have to like sit there and like look and be like, "Is that cigar related?"
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, their thing is that, which is good, is that we'll rather take it down and put it back up than leave it up and then wonder should it be there.
Yeah,
And there's so many posts that happen throughout the day that one person just can't see it all. So that's one of the reasons why I have so many admins, so that we can kind of stay on top of things. But more importantly, I have so many so that we can keep the group engaged. Um,
yeah,
I think it's really important that that we engage with the members. I mean, because they post pictures for a reason. I mean, they post pictures because they want to see what they're smoking, what they're drinking, what they're doing, that they're celebrating their birthday, their anniversary, and they're smoking or whatever the case. And then they don't just uh, put the post up so people can just like it and keep moving. So that's one of the things that we really try very diligently to do, is just be engaged, stay engaged, so our members will have a group that they'll be proud to be a member of.
definitely. Now, are my shirtless pictures overly sexual?
No, no, those are not sexual at all.
I was just playing, but that wasn't in the show notes. That was just something I was like, I need to keep the laughs going and keep people laughing because that's how
Hey,
I.
I gotta tell you, I was one. I said, "Now I agreed to this. I wonder if I'm gonna have to take my shirt off."
Yo, like I literally was not trying to get known for being shirtless. It just kind of happened. I just ran with it. That's the story. That's what I'm sticking to.
Okay, well, you stick with that.
So outside of Phat Ash, outside of your day job of consulting, I believe it was that you said, um, you're also a basketball official on the side. How did you get into being an official, and how long have you been doing that?
I've been an official now for about 7 years. I got into it. One of my really good friends, Ricardo's, started refereeing, and he just told me how he really enjoyed it, and then also it's a good way to get paid to work out,
Yeah,
because on the weekend, on Saturday I might do 7 games, and then on Sunday I might do 6, so I might do 13 games in 2 days. But that's how I kind of got into it, and so I referee a lot on the weekends. It's not as much during the week now because basketball season has kind of come to an end, except for the playoffs. But
yeah,
it's something I really enjoy doing, and it's one way to kind of help me stay in shape.
definitely. I think that's the only way I would like really truly work out if I got paid to work out. Like
And
I do a little exercise here and there, but I need to be more consistent. But so before COVID hit, you hosted a forum type of event called Can We Talk? I saw another interview that you did talking about. I saw around the time it happened. So from what I've heard, it was highly successful. Talk about the concept behind that and what types of questions were being asked. I can only imagine that it got real juicy.
whew, boy. So uh, the concept is it just creates a forum where men and women can listen to each other. So there's not a lot of dialogue because what happens on the first one, um, um, the ladies will come in, they'll write down questions, and then they'll put it in a bowl. And well, for each person that writes a question, they get a raffle ticket.
Mm.
And then as the night went on, I would randomly draw the questions uh, out of the bowl, and then I asked the men. And so I would go around and randomly ask men to answer the question, and then for each man that asked the question, or each gentleman that asked the question, they would get a raffle ticket. So it was an incentive to ask a question as well as to answer a question. But I mean, it gave you an opportunity to listen because it couldn't be any dialogue. They couldn't argue, what was said because now that you asked your question, now you got to wait for the answer. And so, of
Yeah.
course, they ask questions like, why men cheat, why men don't like independent women, uh, why men don't why men don't like to talk about their feelings, um, why men want to be alone, because men want their alone time. So just some things like that. So the next one, when we were having that one, we was thinking about having the next one. Then COVID hit. We were going to do it in reverse, and we were going to
Mm.
have the men to ask the questions, and then the ladies answer. So that's one of the things that we're going to do on the next one as soon as this COVID thing kind of left up. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. And then we
Yeah.
also had my man DJ Kelvin Robinson. He would DJ in between questions, or he would uh, uh, DJ depending upon the song and things like depending upon the question. So it was a really good time, and it was highly successful.
That's awesome. So, after COVID hit, kind of like it not goes away, but after things are more open back up because it's different everywhere. What other types of events do you have in the works for the future, if you have anything?
Yeah, well, interesting you say that because on Saturday I'm going to look at a property here in Atlanta where I can have a really nice Phat Ash event outside. Um, Looking to have maybe DJ, live band, things like that. But the other thing I just want to be able to do is just do some get-togethers, some meet and greets where our Phat Ash community can get together, and then we can get to know each other on a personal level. The other thing that I'll probably do as COVID kind of lifts up a little bit, I'll start participating in a lot of different cigar weeks that are being had throughout the
Yeah.
year. I mean, I'll definitely get a little more involved in those. I mean, because I wanted to get involved with some, coming up, but I'm still a little COVID cautious. So,
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. But that's what I want to do. I mean, I want to be able to go to different cities and say, hey, we're going to have a Phat Ash get together. And then we all come out, meet, have a good time, and put some smoke in there.
Let me know when you want to come to Florida because I'm, Florida, that's where I'm from.
I got you.
That's my territory. So let me know because I will co-sign and help you out and I'll team up with you whenever you want to come to Florida because we've been open. So
I know.
I got places we could do stuff. I'm the cigar mayor of my area, Brevard County or whatever, but I'm still
Okay.
connected to other shops. So, I could definitely help make some stuff happen.
All right, I'll definitely let you know because I definitely have to get to Florida. But yeah, you guys have remained open this entire time. I went to Destin back in I think June, and everybody was wide open there. So yeah, you guys have
Yeah.
remained.
I mean, we had stuff that was like partially closed, but as far as like up at Cigar Lounge, they only had the retail open. You couldn't sit there and hang out. They couldn't have any crowds, but for the most part, we've been open. I still was pretty cautious, but I'm at the place now. I'm like, well, I haven't caught it yet. I'm still, I wear a mask where required. I just started a new job. I have to wear a mask like whenever I'm walking around. If I sit down, I don't have to wear a mask. So try to sit my ass in that chair all day, for training. So, but yeah,
Well,
so
well, good. Now, since I know you have to wear a mask all the time, I'm gonna send you a Phat Ash mask.
definitely. Hey, I got a Team Shirtless Mike mask, so I got you. I'll send. We'll swap.
We'll do a little
I'll
brand
let you
swap.
know whenever I send it out. Probably be within like the next week or so. I can send it out, and because I only have the weekends off now. So,
I got you.
but I got you because that's for sure. So, do you like to pair what you smoke with different types of spirits, even if you like non-alcoholic pairings as well? What are some of your favorite pairings with a particular cigar?
I mean, my favorite. It's kind of funny. My favorite pairing is the Tabak cigar by Drew Estates with maple bourbon coffee by EOC.
Mm.
That is, it is absolutely heaven. And then when I'm really kind of feeling myself, I had some maple bourbon Knob Creek.
Mm.
Put a little bit of that over in there. I mean, it is the bomb. So really, coffee has probably been one of my biggest things lately. I mean, and I think I'm kind of addicted to coffee now because I find myself on the coffee aisle every time I go to the grocery store. I find myself on the coffee aisle. So I have a different coffee that I drink every day, and so I drink a lot of coffee throughout the day. But I still love. I mean, I'm drinking Elijah Craig tonight. I do Evan Williams, Ball and Bond. I do uh, uh, the Basil. I just forgot the name. Yeah, I do that one. Yeah. Uncle Nearest, Bullet. So I'm kind of a little all over the place. I do Jameson also. I mean, I like Jameson. I like Jameson with some of my coffee as well. So
Oh
I
yeah,
kind
I'm part Irish, so I love Jameson too. I like to pour it in my coffee a little bit, and
yeah. I got this black and tan coffee from EOC.
yeah, I've
Put a
heard of
little,
that.
put a little Jameson over in there. It is delicious.
Awesome. So when you're smoking a cigar, what type of music do you like to listen to? I hear some stuff in the background, but I'm sure you listen to more than just like jazz and stuff like that.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of jazz during the day. In the evening, I switch to a little R&B, little funk, things like that. Also at night, I listen to a DJ out of Detroit, Carl Allen, also known as DJ Blue in the Blue Room. So I listen to him a lot at night. He normally starts playing about 10 o'clock on Facebook Live. So I
Mm.
listen to him, and he normally plays till 12, sometime 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then And then, if I'm still up, then that's when I kind of listen to something just real slow, real relaxing. And then it's time for the next day.
Definitely. Yeah, I've been a night owl my whole life, and then now I'm working a day shift job, so I'm learning to go to bed at a decent hour, which I've been
Hmm.
doing good with, but I have to wake up early and stuff, but I need extra time because I'm not a morning person, so I need extra time before I can go out into the community. That's what I tell people.
And then
So I've been waking up like at 5.
I cannot let it pass by to also let you know in the mornings I have to watch Matlock. I don't know
Hmm.
if you
Oh yeah,
Matlock is
oh
Matlock is my
yeah.
thing. I watch Matlock in the morning on the Hallmark Movie Channel from 10 until 1, and then at 1 o'clock I go back and watch the one that came on Me TV at 10. So that's what I look at in the morning. Don't go a day without.
Definitely. Definitely. Hey, we all got our things, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of YouTube, so we all got our things that we enjoy. So you do a lot of traveling, or at least before, COVID hit. And I know you have had visited a lot of cigar lounges. What are some of your favorite cigar lounges that you had a chance to visit?
Well, here in Atlanta, there are tons. There is Executive, Leaf Life, Robustos, Patios, Cigarros, um, Life and Times, the Humidor. There are just so many here in Atlanta. But outside of Atlanta, uh, Taylor Smoke in Charlotte was a very nice one. The Cigar Loft in Charlotte. Love going to Top Leaf in Winston Salem. Uh, Privileged up in New York. Also, well, it's the Monte Cristo Lounge now, which is in Whiffany, New Jersey. One of the things that was very interesting about the one in Whiffany, New Jersey, is that for each for every entree that you buy, they'll give you a cigar.
Mm.
For every entree you buy, you get a cigar. So it's very easy to go there. I mean, so I would go there for lunch, order me some wings, and I have a cigar because because they
That's
give
simple.
I mean,
Simple. I'm gonna
they
show
give.
up about 20 people that don't smoke cigars. We're gonna eat, and I'm gonna get about 20 cigars.
I mean, I'm telling you, you can do it because my wife and I went one night with a couple of my friends that lived in New Jersey. They didn't smoke, so I got two more cigars, and they were doing the that night they had the Monte Cristo. It was a Monte
Mm.
Cristo, so they don't give you junk either. So I mean, that was a very good experience. But
That's
yeah,
interesting.
it's been some really nice lounges that I've been through. I mean, some really nice ones up in New York while I was there, and then high end cigars in New Jersey, um, Railroad in New Jersey. So I mean, it's been a ton. I mean, and
All
the
over.
thing is just and great people. But the other thing is that it's just different atmospheres. You learn different atmospheres that you go to from cigar lounge to cigar lounge, and that's why you can see why there's so many because you get something different wherever you go.
Yeah. And next time you go to Buffalo, you got to hit up Nickel City Cigars.
Okay, okay.
My boy Tommy Farrow is my fellow Irishman. He he has a lot of he specialized like he has a lot of Tatuajes, Roma Craft, United Cigar. He has like he's real boutiquey and he's got a lot of good stuff and he's got a nice. I haven't been up there yet. My cousin, she lives in she lives like about an hour, I guess 45 minutes away, and in Niagara, New York, so over by
Mhm,
Niagara Falls.
mhm,
So
mhm.
if I ever go up there to visit her, she always comes down to Florida.
I
But
see
next
why.
time I come up, I need to definitely hit up because I haven't been up there yet. So he's a good dude. So we're gonna keep this moving here. So there are a lot of black-owned cigar-related businesses in the cigar world, whether it's a cigar brand, clothing line, cigar shop, accessories, and everything under the sun. I found this out when I was researching for my article about the resurgence of black cigar smokers. So my article, I interviewed you for that. So it was extremely long, and if I included any more black owned cigar related business, I would have to make that like a 2 or 3 part series. How does it feel to be a black owned cigar related business among such an excellent lineup of cigar related businesses?
It's really humbling, and it's really humbling just from the amount of success that I've had in a short period of time. but then also, it's good to have a product that's not only supported by your own, but it's supported by everyone. And that was really my vision when I created the brand. I mean, I just didn't want to be something that was inclusive, and I wanted to be inclusive for everyone. I didn't want to be something that was exclusive. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's been a great ride, and I got to say that I'm very pleased with the success that we've had. But when there are so many, and you think about the success that you've had in a very short period of time, it is very humbling. I mean, and that's why I work very hard to not only put out a very quality product, uh, but I really try to be very reasonable when it comes to price, and I try to have my customer service to be top notch, next to none, because even though we all support each other, we still have to know that there is, you know, that people compare how you do things to other people, and so you want to always make sure that you putting out a good product for someone to get your product that they're very proud that they did.
Yeah, definitely. And there's people out there that be like, "Oh, why you just say black owned?" Because it's something that it's important. You came from one. You came from one area. There's a lot of struggle involved. So like the fact that you have that much success, I mean, that's something to be celebrated. It doesn't matter. For somebody out there, it doesn't matter what somebody's skin color is, but the fact that it's you know a black owned cigar related business, like it's not necessarily like a resurgence either of a movement. It's like black people have always been involved in the cigar industry, period. Like
Hmm.
but it's something to celebrate. So
It is. It
we
is.
yeah, we got Latasha Hart. She's chiming in. She says Fat Ash, baby.
Yeah, that's one of my admins right there.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's tuning in from YouTube. So those who follow you on social media, they know about the little SETI jokes. How did you come up with the idea to start posting little SETI jokes?
Well, um, I'm an only child, so I had to always find ways to kind of entertain myself. So that's the reason why I've always been the been the jokester, as I've grown up, and uh, always been the life of the party per se. So I have my topics and things like that, but you know people always want a reason to laugh, and laughter is the best medicine. And you just never know what people are dealing with in their day or in their journey with what they're going through. And so I started out just doing jokes. One day a week I would do jokes, and then on Saturday I started with Little Johnny, because back in the day when we were growing up, it was Little Johnny, and
Mm.
so I just kind of took Little Johnny and turned him into Little Seddy, and then there I was. Here it is. Everybody calls me Little Seddy, but but it's almost like people that have grown up with me, they kind of see some of those things in me, which is kind of funny too. And so when I originally started, I would always post one of my baby pictures up there where they can kind of see see the joke and kind of see me at the same time and be like, oh, okay, I can see him doing that. I can see him saying that. And it started from there. And so I've been doing it now for 10, 11 years.
Mm. Yeah, because I always definitely get a laugh. Sometimes I got to sit there and read it a couple times to get it, but most of the time it's just real simple. Like it's just it has you laughing and cracking up. So you know, that's always a good thing. So these next set of questions I'm about to start asking is not necessarily about it's not about you. It's just kind of like entertaining questions. I'm gonna kind of do that from time to time on the show to keep things interesting and fun.
I got you.
So I'm gonna ask the first thing here. So if you suddenly woke up as the opposite sex, what is the first thing you would do?
Uh Man, I'm gonna give this stuff to somebody. Then I'm gonna tell them to hit the road. Be like, we good. You want all that.
You
Reject
should have heard
somebody.
somebody else asked me that question. Melanie Cisco. I don't know if follow her on Instagram, but I was on her little Instagram show, and she asked me that, I said, I'm gonna make myself squirt. I caught it totally off guard.
Now that is a good one.
I mean, like you don't have to be, I mean, you could curse, whatever, get crazy. We're not regulated by the FCC, so you can say whatever you want. So, we're gonna keep this going here. So, what did you want to do for a living when you were a kid?
Now this is a funny story. So I grew up in very humble beginnings, which I'm very pleased to say. And I was a latchkey kid at 6 because my mom worked second shift. So I used to have the same cab driver that would pick me up from my grandmother's house and then take me to my great grandmother's house. And then at night, he would take me from my great grandmother's house home about 8 o'clock. And then my mom would get home at 11, when she got off work. So someone asked me one day, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? When I was with my mom, and I said I want to be a cab driver because that's who I was with almost every day. I said I want to be a cab driver. But from that, it motivated my mom to go back to school and get her degree because she said she couldn't aspire to have high aspirations for me if she didn't have the same thing for herself. So my mom went back to school, got her nursing degree and things like that, and I ended up going to school, getting a degree in business management with a concentration in marketing. But yeah, I want to be a cab driver when I grew up.
Nice. I kind of was the same way because my grandfather, my mom's dad, up upstate New York in Geneva, he was an independent cab driver, so it was like a small town. And I actually did that for a very short time. Like I'm from both the hood and the suburbs. Like so, but so like the hood that I grew up in, Cocoa. I actually worked the overnight shift because like I knew enough people where like people they see me they wasn't gonna like try me because my face is good in the hood, so like I could walk down, like people don't they don't harass me, they're just like, hey, what's up, how you doing? It's all love there. So I used to pull up to where I knew some dudes that was out there hustling in front of the store or whatever. I would just pull up and chill. I wouldn't be like around it because obviously I would, have to get out of there if stuff got hot. But it's dudes that I knew, so I would just pull up and and just chill. And then I got a call, take off, whatever, and I was just straight chilling. So being a cab, it's fun, but you have to like be in like a super busy area to make some good money. I only did that for like 2 weeks. I was like, I liked it, but I need more money than this. So we're gonna keep it moving with all the fun questions. So if you had a boat, what would you name it?
Phat Ash.
Phat Ash, baby.
It's Phat Ash. I mean,
you didn't even have to think of it. That's awesome.
Didn't have to think of it. I mean, almost everything I have is Phat Ash. I mean, I just got me a Phat Ash rug the other day.
Heck yeah. So if you decided to change your name, what would you change it to, and why would you choose that name?
I would change it to Ramon.
Ramon.
That's actually my middle name is Raymond, but that was my name when I was in Spanish class, Ramon. So yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, so you gotta roll the tongue. You gotta say Ramon.
Ramon.
Ramon. You gotta say it like that. Definitely. What is the most ridiculous thing that someone has tricked you into believing?
Now that's a good one. Probably when I was in high school, it was this real fine girl. Oh my goodness, she was fine. And they had me believing that she wanted me to take her to the prom, right? And I was like, but she ain't never said nothing to me, whatever the case is. No. And so I actually had a girlfriend at the time, so I actually couldn't pursue it. But then just the thought of that she wanted to kind of go to the prom with me, because I'm thinking to myself, going to the prom is a big deal,
Yeah.
But those were the things that my boys did to me back in the day.
Lord, I was thinking you were gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I broke up with my girl and then talked to the
I,
other chick."
I thought I, I thought about it.
Lord, see, I would have been mad as I would have beat somebody's ass for that. I would have been mad as hell.
Believe me, I
But
thought about it.
that would, I'm sure you were like, dang, like for real, like kind
Yeah.
of you had that thought going through your head. So, what incredibly common thing have you never done?
A threesome.
Sure, a lot of
Yeah.
people haven't, it's something that
Hey,
people want to do,
hey,
but
man, I mean, from what I've been, I mean, there's so many people that have, man. I mean, I'm like, I'm still a virgin, so no, I'm still a threesome virgin.
hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? My wife would just kill me. That's all.
Hey, some people are secretly into all that. You better talk to your wife.
Hey. I probably come and go at the same time.
Did it? Boom. So, what food do you love that people might find a little odd?
Collard greens.
A lot of people like collard greens, though.
Okay, all right. Let me think of something else that's kind of odd.
Anything weird?
I like beets.
Oh, yeah. Nobody likes beets. Like everybody that I
Yeah,
know doesn't like beets.
but I don't like beet juice. But I like beets.
Hmm.
I like squash.
Interesting.
I like squash.
Hmm. I
Cauli-
know more people that like squash, but it's still not too common.
cauliflower, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, nobody likes Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, so those are some. Yeah, those are some of my favorite. I eat all of that.
Cool. So we're almost done, but what else do you want the world to know about you?
Uh, that I'm a very fun loving, approachable guy. Um, I know I was kind of disappointed one time when I was in a venue in the same venue with someone else, and then they messaged me the next day and said, "I saw you last night." And I was like, "Well, if you saw me last night, why you didn't come and say something to me?" It's like, "Well, you was over and you was talking, and I didn't want to say nothing." But I mean, I'm just a fun loving, down to earth, very personal guy. I mean, because I came from, as I said, I came from very humble beginnings. I mean, so
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't think or look at myself as all that. When people say, "Hey, you're Mr. Phat Ash," I mean, yeah, I am, but I'm still Sedrick. I mean, I'm still Sedrick, and most people that have known me, I mean, I still have friends since I was in sixth and seventh grade that I'm still very very good friends with today. And one of the things that they will say is that, I'm still the same, and I don't change. I love to have a good time. I love to throw a good party. That's why I can't wait to this open up. I mean, I throw the best parties, and and I love a good laugh every now and then, and then also I'm a very hard worker. I mean, so most people inbox me at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're surprised that I respond. But I'm a night owl. I mean, I work a lot of hours. I do a lot to keep the group growing and keep the brand going.
That's it. Yeah, that's one thing I tell people like don't be seeing me out somewhere like come say what's up cuz like
Exactly.
most people like if I talk to them a lot, I know who they are, but there's some people they may not like, be that post that many pictures. I may know
Mm-hmm.
their name, just may not know who they are or whatever, but I tell people just come up say what's up cuz I'm the same way. I came from very humble beginnings as well, just hardworking parents that came up eventually and I got to see what hard work does, and so I'm trying to do it in my own way, in my own lane, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the way it should be. So everyone out there, there's people watching right now. There's people that's gonna watch later and all that good stuff. I get a lot of people that watch later because they may not, just be able to catch it live. So where can everyone follow you on social media?
Okay, well, I do have a Facebook group, which is Phat Ash. So if they look it up, it'll say 13,000 plus members or whatever, 14, whatever number we're at, 13,000, whatever. Um, the website, www.phatashcollection.com. phatashcollection.com. That's no S, www.phatashcollection.com. And then also on IG at Phat Ash Collection.
Nice. And I've actually put the Phat Ash Collection in the show description so people can click that and all that. So both on Facebook and YouTube. So everyone out there, make sure you go copy a Phat Ash shirt. You know, I've had this for a while. Now that I'm back working, I'm making the type of, because for a while I wasn't making the type of money I used to. So I'm definitely going to get some more gear because that's one thing I'm lacking on. You know, when people see me wearing a shirt, it gains a lot of attention. So it's an honor and privilege for me to wear a Phat Ash shirt. And I'm going to get some more stuff very, very soon because these shirts hold up. They're very high quality, all that good stuff. So,
yeah, and I mean, we have everything on the site. I mean, we have leggings, ladies V-necks, ladies tank tops, hoodies, sweatshirts. Just put rugs on the website. Tumblers, coffee mugs, travel mugs, cell phone cases, men's shirts, and we go up to size 5XL. We have hats, polo shirts, golf towels. I mean, you name it, we have it all on the site. And then also, you know, we have the different taglines as well. I mean, we have "Give Me That Ash." We have "Face Down, Ash Up." That's the way we like to puff. Look at that ash. She's got ash for days. I get more butt than ashtrays. I got more butt than ashtrays. And then just to let you know, you get the exclusive. Tonight, I'm releasing a new design. Hold That Ash. I'm releasing that tonight. And then also we have "Give Me That Ash," Ash King, Ash Queen. So we have a lot of different designs on the website as well.
Definitely. Hey, I don't know if you thought about this, but here's a cool idea.
All right,
Phat Ash condoms. Hey, you heard it here first. If he decides to do that, I don't need nothing. Just send me a box.
I got you.
But yeah, so this has definitely been a fun time. I do appreciate you for coming on the show. Once we're done being live, we can chop it up for a couple minutes and all that good stuff. Everybody out there that tuned in, once again, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in every single week. I have a lot of loyal people that watch my show. It's much appreciated as always. Next week, I'm going to be live at Smoke Ring 72 in Merritt Island, Florida. One of the shops that I go to all the time. We're going to be in-house interviewing the owner, Louie, talking about the Smoke Rings grand opening. So that's going to be big. I got some big stuff coming up this next month. So you're going to have to, watch every week whenever I release the newest flyers because I got some big stuff coming on. So everybody out there, have a good night and peace out. And I'll let you know when we're not live. Yeah.
One more thing I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and tell you this month I'll be releasing my cigar.
Oh, nice. I saw you talking about that on another interview.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'll be releasing my cigar this month. It'll be called the PA. It's going to be a full flavored medium stick. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to make the official announcement to the group, and the only way that you'll be able to get the cigar is by being a member of the group. I'm going to release it exclusively to the group for a certain period of time. I want them to have first dibs on the cigar. And then from there, I just kind of see where it goes. But I'll be releasing that later this month.
See, that's what I do on Herf Zone Live. We talk exclusives. I probably should have mentioned it earlier in the show, but if you made it to this point of the show and you're rewatching later, the official Phat Ash cigar is coming out. Definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, once we're not live, we can talk a little bit. But thank you guys for tuning in, everybody. You guys have a great night and peace out.